Hello everybody and welcome back to Geeks and Gamers. This is Odin coming back at you with another box office video, and today we're going to be talking about The Predator. So this was the big movie that came out this weekend, and there's been a lot of articles coming out about how, The Predator has done terrible at the box office. And let me just say straight off the bat, has The Predator done exceptionally well? No. Is The Predator a flop? It still remains to be seen. What I'm reminded, though, of this news of The Predator coming out is how when Solo came out, all the excuses came out of the woodwork. It was all like, oh, well, it's just because it's Memorial Day weekend and movies never do well. Look at the history here, etc., etc. Oh, well, it was because of bad marketing, etc., etc. And you hear all of these excuses that were made to try and defend why the number wasn't as big. But guess what? Guess what words you did not hear when that movie came out? Guess what words you did not hear? Box office failure. Except from people like me and a couple other people on YouTube, maybe the occasional person who actually was being honest with the numbers, no one really ever said that. However, this movie has one weekend under its belt, and people are already saying, oh my goodness, this movie is a total box office bomb. The problem with that is that they're not actually paying attention to the numbers, and also they're ignoring the fact that this film still has a long time left in theaters to be able to make up its money. Is this film going to be the biggest grossing film? No. Is it going to be the biggest Predator grossing film? No. And there's a lot of reasons why that is the fact, but let's actually dive into the numbers already. So, the worldwide totals, because the big number is, oh my goodness, it only made $24 million. Yeah, but that's what happens when you ignore the worldwide total. So, as of now, this movie is going to make around $54 million for the weekend, which again, is not great. As you can see, the production budget was $88 million, which means that in total it cost around $132 million to make, because remember, in order to determine and understand how much a movie actually costs to make, you have to put in not only the production budget, but also marketing costs as well, which is normally about 50% of the production budget. Again, 44 plus 88, around $132 million is the total that it needs. And also keep this in mind that it's only going to make 60% of the worldwide total when it's all said and done by the end of its run. So what does that mean? It means that at this point, it's not looking too great. Again, at this point, it's not the best that the film could have done. However, this film shows that it still has a lot of room to grow. When you look at the actual foreign totals, there's not a country breakdown yet. So there's still questions on where has it not opened yet, where is it doing very well, and does it have the potential to make even more money? Again, we've talked about that the Chinese market, and how that can just balloon a movie's overall gross in a tremendous way. Great example of that is The Meg. I mean, everyone has been just attacking The Meg, saying, oh, it's a terrible film, it's got terrible ratings from critics, not the best ratings from audiences either, but guess what? This is still making $505 million, and that is a huge amount of money for a film that has gotten so torn apart by critics the way that it has. But why is that the case? Well, the case is because, once again, it's a fun movie. It lets you just escape from the world, it lets you just escape from everything going on, and people are enjoying it. People are having just mindless entertainment, and that's what it is. It is mindless entertainment, and it's absolutely fantastic. And also, look at the foreign domestic totals. Again, 72+% of its total gross at this point has been from foreign markets, not from the domestic totals. Going back to Predator, we see that already it's around that 56 to 43%. What is likely going to happen is, as the weeks go on, again, just like with The Meg, The Predator does not have very good reviews, not only from critics, but also not very good reviews from the audiences as well. So what I predict going forward is that this film is going to keep making money overseas, because at the end of the day, it's a big film. It is a part of the Predator franchise, and again, the question needs to be asked, where has it not opened yet? We haven't really gotten those official numbers yet, since it is the opening weekend, but once we do, we'll have a better idea and better understanding of how well this film will do overall. But based on this, $54 million after the first weekend, I could say very comfortably that this film is going to remake its money. It's not going to make a giant profit, but it is going to remake its money, because it is simply on pace to do so. It wasn't made for a whole lot of money. $88 million comparatively to a lot of other big budget films is very, very low. Just compare that to The Meg. $130 million to make that film, which means it needed to make even more to recoup it. It already has, and it's already profitable, which means that they could technically, if they wanted to, turn this into some kind of franchise. They could make a Meg sequel. I hope that they don't, because I'm tired of sequels and I'm tired of these stories being regurgitated all the time, but they have absolutely every justification to do so. The Predator, it really depends on how it does overall. At this point, though, again, based on the numbers that I'm seeing, based on those percentages that I'm seeing, and based on the fact that it did not make this film for that much money, they did not really waste a whole lot of money with this film. When you actually look at the production budget, it makes me think, okay, this film is going to make some kind of a profit, which means we might be able to get a sequel to this. Now, whether I want that or not, that's really up for debate, because I came out of this film and I gave it a B-. I gave it a B- because it's funny as all hell. It's a comedy. But that's the problem, and that is what a lot of people have a problem with, is the fact that they thought they were going to get a bloody horror-esque type film, and Instead, they got a bloody comedy. And I went in knowing that this is what I was going to get because I knew Shane Black was a director, and Shane Black has a history of doing this with any franchise. I mean, he did it even with Iron Man. He didn't give us an Iron Man movie. He gave us a comedy that had Iron Man in it. And overall, I thought it was really great. He gave us The Nice Guys not too long ago. Excellent comedy. This is also a comedy. So I think if you go in with that understanding that you're going to be seeing a comedy and not a traditional Predator film, you might like it a little bit more. I know that a couple people that follow me on my channel have said that they actually had a lot of fun. And again, why is that the case? Because it's a damn good time at the cinema. It's again a time for you to be able to lose track of anything going on in the world and just be able to escape. Again, the movies themselves are all about escapism. That is what it's supposed to be, and that's the reason why there are certain films that either don't do very well or get a lot of hate from the fans because they try and bring in modern day issues into the film. That's one of the things that The Predator does actually, which is the reason why I honestly think that might actually hurt this film in the long run, because they try and bring some kind of global warming-esque storyline to this film at one point, trying to say the reason why the Predator is coming to this planet, the reason why the Predators are coming and looking for the person that's going to be able that they're going to be able to steal their genetics from, etc. It's kind of a convoluted storyline, but the reason why is because of the fact that the Earth is going through global warming, and the Earth's not going to last for a very long time, and blah, blah, blah. So, and it's such a throwaway line, too, because it's not like they spend, like, 10 minutes explaining this. They say it within a minute. It's like less than a minute of a line that is put into this film, and it just comes out of nowhere. And I think that kind of thing took me out of the movie enough to not really be full for it. Had that story element not been in the film, I probably would have been like a B+ and say, hey, go out and see this film. But now I'm in the position where I can only say you might want to see this film. Again, if you want to laugh, because it is a really great comedy. There are a lot of really great elements to it. But be ready for that line, because it's going to happen. It's going to happen out of nowhere. And you're thinking to yourself, what in the hell? Why is this relevant to the discussion going on in this film? So just know that going forward. But because of the fact that it does have that comedy, because of the fact that it is, as far as a comedy goes, pretty good, I would say that this film is going to end up making its money back, because even really bad comedies, even comedies that are not made very well but still have that comedic element that people appreciate, they usually still make their money back, which is what I think is going to happen here. And the reason why I wanted to mention that is because we see $54 million here, $88 million production budget. The Meg, $505 million, $130 million production budget. And then Solo. Yes, Solo is still technically out in theaters, because it's, obviously Disney wants to try and make as much money as they possibly can, because they know it's going to be a little bit harder to make money in the long run with the Blu-ray sales. I cannot wait to see what the end result for those Blu-rays are, because I guarantee you it's going to be abysmal. No one is going to be buying this film on Blu-ray. And as Jeremy mentioned on the channel earlier, when we look to Blu-ray sales, Black Panther is now already outpacing Last Jedi. And it's so funny because every single person who is like the pro Last Jedi crowd all said, oh my goodness, look at this, it's the #1 Blu-ray of the year. Where are your facts now? Well, now Black Panther's there, and guess what? Infinity War is going to pass it as well. And the reason why is because those films are selling very, very well, and when you compare the Last Jedi numbers to movies like The Force Awakens, which did significantly better at the box office and also post-box office as well, it's not going to look very good in the long run. Same thing with Solo here. Again, $392 million, and the production budget is believed to be around $450 to $500 million when you add in marketing costs, which means that this film is going to be at a loss of $200 million. And everyone's been saying, oh, it's just going to make it up when Netflix buys it, and they're going to make it up in the long run. And that might be true, but again, that's a $200 million deficit that you have to work with. And I don't think they're going to be able to make that $200 million up very, very quickly. So they're still dealing with a deficit with this film, which is the reason why this is not going to get a sequel. Sequels should never be talked about with this film or with this franchise or with these characters as they are now, because it's box office poison. Just look at the numbers. They speak for themselves. The Meg, on the other hand, did very well. You could justify a sequel. Please, God, do not give us a sequel. And then The Predator. Again, I would love to see Shane Black with another Predator film. I think that maybe if he just did a little bit more care and spent a little less time on bringing CGI elements in and more on the practical effects, I think this would have been a better film. Get that, garbage narrative, that garbage political narrative out of the film, and you know what? You've got yourself a damn good comedy. But anyway, guys, what are y'all's thoughts about this? Have you seen The Predator? Do you think The Predator is going to make or lose money? Please let me know in the comments below. I'd greatly appreciate it. Also, if you like this video, hit that thumbs up, hit the subscribe. Again, we are a Geeks and Gamers channel. We are growing. We're to almost 90,000 subscribers, which is just amazing. And that all has to do with you guys, for your support, for you spreading our videos, for you spreading the word, and we just could not be more thankful to all of you guys. So thank y'all so much for watching and being so supportive of the channel, and also being supportive of me. I just want to say a quick shout out to every single person that's been so supportive of the videos that I've been doing for this channel. It really does mean a lot. And for all you people that have also gone on to subscribe to my channel, thank you so much. It really does help me out a lot. Again, I just passed over 4,000 subscribers. I'm now at over 4,100 subscribers. So it's just been kind of an insane amount of growth. And I just want to thank you. And obviously, I want to thank Jeremy, Geeks and Gamers, and the whole Geeks and Gamers team for being so supportive. So thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day. And as always, God bless.